How to get huge arms, not big arms, but sleeve splitting huge arms. Arms, in my opinion, and many people's opinion, especially the females, I think anyway, are one of the most desirable body parts, especially guys when we're growing up. If you want to act macho, you do that. When you trying to win something, if it's any sport, everyone gives it the front double bicep. Boxers, front double bicep. Anything, you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to having huge arms in this day and age, it is the true sign of strength. I know amongst bodybuilders and other people, it's back and legs, but listen, the general population doesn't give a shit about that. What they care about is big arms. Have you got big arms? Now, forearms is another thing I'm going to get to on another video, but right now we're going to talk about arms only. So I hate to bore you guys with this message because I am like probably repeating myself, but I'm not. Heavy weights, simple compounds, heavy weights. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to cheat gravity with cables and do all this thing and more stretch and more this and more that. In fact, you know what? Before I get into that, let me just break something down first and foremost. Bicep genetics. Everyone thinks that in order to train this muscle group over here, that there's the like where your bicep peaks and you have this little gap over here between your forearm and your bicep, how do you feel that spot? How do you get more inside? How do you get more outside? How do you get more this or more that? I want my bicep to look like this. It's all genetics. Yes, you can get bigger arms, but let me just explain to you one thing. It's all genetics. I'll give you a great example. If you follow bodybuilding, Mr. Olympia at the minute, Chris Bumstead, the guy who's the classic physique guy, horrible genetics for arms. Disgusting. How he wins, I don't know. Look, it's just my personal opinion. I'm allowed to like the guy and say he has a horrible body part. That's fine. It's okay. Breon Ainsley, who's like number top 5 or whatever, great arm genetics for stage. I don't really follow it recently. I don't know who the other guys are. In fact, no, I do actually. Ramon, the other guy's called Ramon. Great arm genetics. Chris Bumstead, worse arm genetics. I'd say his arm genetics aren't even in the top 10. That doesn't mean he hasn't got good arms. That doesn't mean he isn't training the right way and I can help Mr. Olympia get better arms. No. It just means he has maxed out his genetic capability, his genetic size, his genetic shape, his genetic structure, and there's nothing, unfortunately, he can do about it, which is why he's always trying to get good arms and get bigger. And in the chase of size, you lose aesthetics. Happens to a lot of guys. So first of all, get that out of the way. And the reason why I'm trying to get that out of the way is this. People always say you should train your biceps in the stretched, elongated range of motion. Like you really need to stretch all the way down for biceps and all the way up. Now, when I was young, I thought that as well. I used to think more range of motion in the bicep, the more the bicep's going to grow. No, it is not true. I can actually grow my arms just doing 50% of the range of motion. I could just do this and I could have grown my arms. I know because that's all I did. Simple as, by default, that's all I did. I didn't know how to train. Like many of you guys when I first starting out, I was doing barbell curls, loading it up. And when you load heavy barbell curls, you ain't doing the stretch at the bottom. You know what you're doing. You're starting here and you're doing this. That's all you're doing. But guess what? My arms grew. And I'll tell you why they grew is because my genetics were pretty good. And I hit them heavy and I hit them often. So my one advice, if I was to leave you at this one thing for arms, that would be hit your arms often and hit them heavy. As heavy as possible. If you're doing the typical bro split, which is chest, back, shoulders, legs, and then arms. What I would do is this. When you train any pulling motions, so anything that involves a little bit of bicep, pull-ups, back rows, deadlifts, any of that kind of stuff, I would, at the end of the session, not at the start of the session or the middle of the session, at the end of the session, finish off with some heavy barbell curls. Just one exercise, 10 sets. Yeah, you heard it right, guys. 10 heavy sets of barbell curls in like the 6 to 8, possibly 10 on the earlier sets rep range. Smash the hell out of it because we know it's the most effective exercise for biceps. Barbell curl, use it. When we're training legs, it's another time to give the biceps a touch up. Not because your body releases growth hormone and testosterone. Don't believe that, guys. If you still believe that, guys, get off my channel. You should know better than that. So touch them up again. Maybe this time using dumbbells. Use dumbbells this time. 10 sets of 10 in each arm. That's what you should be doing. And then when you're doing any pushing exercises, so chest and shoulders, then I would do triceps. Again, as heavy as possible. Pick an exercise like a skull crusher. Pick an exercise like close grip bench press. Pick an exercise like a tricep press down. You guys already know I've already done videos on which exercise selection to choose from. Heavy compounds, 10 sets. Not 10 sets of 10. It can be like set 1, 10 reps. Set 2, 10 reps. Set 3, 8. And then all the way down to maybe set 3, 2, 1, 6, 4 kind of rep range. Heavy weight. Same exercise. Smash the living daylight out of your arms. They're only small muscle groups. They're not even supposed to be this big. They're supposed to be a lot smaller than that. Look at any powerlifters, guys, not like Larry Wheels or anyone like that, but look at majority guys who are natural born, just powerlifters. They don't have big arms. They're not bothered about arms. And they are very strong, and they train everything in, relation to how they're supposed to move, which just goes to show that the biceps is more of a vanity muscle, and I like it. Triceps is more of a vanity muscle, and I like it. And guess what? I've been doing them every single day since my training started. For 20 years, I've trained arms every single day. I've never, ever trained arms on their own. So that 5th day that comes around, the arm day, I just do something else, or I repeat the cycle again. That's how I do my split. Done exactly the same split for the past 20 years. I found it in a Flex magazine. Kevin Levrone kind of used to follow the same split. Whether he did or he didn't, it was written underneath his name, so I followed it, all right? That was the gospel back then days. But it works. It 100% works. Never do opposing body parts. So don't do like, don't do back and then triceps, because the following day you're going to be doing some sort of pushing movement. So if you did triceps the night before and the next day you've got chest, your triceps are going to be fatigued, and then the next day you've got chest. You want to be hitting chest at 100%. So be very smart on that when it comes to programming. If you are looking for programs, please, the description it's in the description. Check that out over there, faddyhussein.com, for those who don't know. And guys, just before I end the video, I'm going to give you one more tip before I end the video. Subscribe. Need to be building up these subscribers, guys. Come on. Keep pushing my page. Share it, like it, comment down below. You need to be interacting. I can reply to every single comment, guys. There's not a comment that's gone down there in the comment section that I haven't replied to. So please, please comment. Please like and please comment. Now, one more tip that I'm going to give you for when it comes to training biceps. Actually, it's not a tip. It's more of like a what not to do. Don't do high burnout reps for biceps or triceps. When you look at arms, you want them to be swelled. You want them to look big. You want them to look round. You want them to look full. Full, not fill. You want them to look full. You want to look filled in. Is that what I'm trying to say? You want them to look full and hard. So I always have this theory where, the whole marathon sprinters are very thin muscle groups. I think they're type 1 fibers. I don't know. I can't remember, bro. You know what I'm trying to say. Type 1 fibers, type 2 fibers, the more sprinting, fast, hard contraction kind of muscle fibers. That's what we're looking for. Never, ever do any exercise when it comes to heavy weights, especially in your arms. The later on sets you can do up to 20 reps. But if you want to build your arms, here's how you do it. Low reps, a lot of sets, every single day. Now, I know you're probably going to think this is going to tax me. This is going to be quite fatiguing. And yes, it probably is. But you will get used to it. You definitely will get used to it. Now, as an extreme, the first month, I want you guys to do 3 exercises. Yes, 3 exercises every single day. After you train whatever body part you're going to do, if it's pushing, you're doing triceps. If it's back and legs, you're doing biceps. Every single day for 1 month, I want you to hit your arms every day, hard and heavy. And here's how you're going to do it. Compound first, 10 sets, 10 reps-ish, like I just explained. And then the 2 other exercises, I want them to be something like, something nice like a cable curl, or something like a dumbbell, curl like that. Now, I know you guys at the start of the video, so I'm trying to, saying don't cheat gravity, don't do cables. And it has its place at the end of the workout. What you don't want to do is at the start of the workout, focus all your efforts on those stupid behind cable curls and think, yeah, well, I'm getting a contraction all the way down, all the way up. Very dangerous for your biceps. We do not want to injure ourselves. That is a fast track to tendonitis. And speaking of tendonitis, guys, if I haven't already mentioned, you haven't seen the video, I'm selling the Voodoo Floss Band, my own branded Voodoo Floss Band. FadiHussein.com. Link is in the description under Voodoo Floss Band. Make sure you buy 1, 2, or maybe buy 10. Give them out to your gym. Go to your gym and just give these Voodoo Floss Bands out as a goodwill gesture to everybody. I'll even do your deal if you email me about that. So hopefully, guys, there you go. That video brought you guys some value. Please subscribe, comment down below, and like.